He tried to scam Peter. He was defeated. He came back for round 2 and was destroyed once more. And now he's back. Joseph Sanusi tries yet again to con Peter out of his money, despite having been told twice that there is no Peter Carrotson. Welcome to The Angriest Scammer Strikes Again. This is ScamWATCH, where we waste the time of some no-good scammer scum. Now, before we begin, I want to address a comment posted on the last Angriest Scammer video on the channel. Mitch and Steph Scarberry writes,
"This was all wrote, a big lie."
Oh that it were, oh that it were. That would make these videos much easier to make if I just made the whole thing up. But what would be the point? I'm not monetized, I don't get anything from these videos, why would I fake them? But dear faceless internet troll, in an effort to prove your arse wrong, I have decided to modify the way these videos are made so that you can see the actual screenshots of the emails as I read them. It's maybe less aesthetically pleasing, but at least I won't get talentless internet buffoons calling me a phony. Sorry, that was mean. I'm sure you're an absolute fucking delight in real life. Anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? When we last left the angriest scammer in the world, Mr. Joseph Sanusi, we had just sent the following email. Dear Mr. Sanusi, for the second time I find myself emailing you to reveal my true self. I'm still rather baffled as to how, after I confessed to being a scam baiter and told you our conversation would be broadcast on YouTube and made it clear that Peter Carrotson was entirely fictional, you came back for more. You're either the dumbest scammer ever, as well as the angriest, or you're sending out so many emails in an attempt to extort money, you've lost track of who you've already emailed. Your decision to use the pandemic in which millions have lost loved ones to conduct your scam makes you not just a criminal, but a total piece of shit. I hope you one day feel the shame of what you've done, and I'm pleased to have wasted your time. Lot of love, the ScamWatcher. 4 months passed. ScamWatch finished its first series, and the channel underwent a rebrand and expansion. ScamWatch was on the back burner. Then a few weeks ago, as I write this, on the 8th of February, this absolute content goldmine meandered his way back into my inbox with one wonderful word. Reply! I didn't. I couldn't see any way that this sucker would fall for my antics a third time, surely. February came and went, but as March reared its little head, so did our friend Monsieur Sanusi. Reply! This time I, or rather Peter, couldn't resist, and so I replied, in French, just to confuse him. Je suis désolé, où est le poste de police le plus proche? Le souhait signaler vos crimes. En anglais, I'm sorry, where is the nearest police station? I wish to report your crimes. Apparently our angry scammer is also a multilingual scammer because my attempt to confuse him with le français didn't faze him one bit. No crime, okay? It is yours. Money. Sounds dubious, but okay. Now before we continue, I want to take a brief sidestep to tell you about another scammer I was targeted by personally recently, and how I was very nearly conned of, I assume, my entire bank account. I received a text from Royal Mail. It seemed legit, same as many texts I've had in the past, telling me I'd missed a parcel and I needed to book a redelivery. Now weird there, I'd been through the process many times before as a serial online shopper, so I clicked the link, up popped the Royal Mail website and I began typing in my details, name, address, contact number, selected a redelivery date, and then a page popped up asking me to enter my card details to pay the £1.45 delivery charge. Odd, I thought. I've never had to pay before, maybe they've changed the rules. I grabbed my card and I was just about to type the details in when I thought, hang on. Am I even expecting a parcel? I didn't think I'd ordered anything. That tinge of suspicion was enough for me to Google the URL, and sure enough, top result, scammers pose as Royal Mail. I was seconds away from giving these bastards my card details to do with as they fancied. The moral of the story is, if you get sent a link, even if it seems 100% legit, always Google it first. If it's a scam, chances are someone will have written about it online. Cover your asses. Now, back to Sanusi. I needed an angle, something new. I felt like there was only a point in going for round 3 with this piss stain if I had a new approach, so I decided to scam the scammer. Dear Joseph, I've thought about it, and I'm happy to pay the fees if it means a fast payment to me. If you could just send me the fee transaction cost of 100 USD, I'll be able to process your payment. Peter. Okay, pay 100 USD. Oh, Jojo, I think you've misunderstood me. I need you to pay me so I can pay you so you can pay me. That clear? Peter pressed on. Fantastic. How would you like to pay me? I take PayPal or Visa, or you can bring me the cash. Regards, Pooter, I will pay you through Visa ATM card immediately after you send the fee. Peter was unimpressed. Dear Jojo, in order for me to send you your fee, you must first pay the safety deposit via PayPal, Visa, or cash delivery. If you require a £500 fee, you must first provide a £250 deposit. If you require a £300 fee, you must first provide a £150 deposit. If you require a £100 fee, you must first send a £50 deposit. Once you've provided the deposit, I will send you your fee and we can commence the final transaction. Regards, Pete. As you can see, I've picked up a lot of the scammer style over the time I've been making this show. I reckon I'd be quite a good scammer if they didn't basically fill me with fucking disgust. No here, no cod! I'm not sure what that meant, I only know one type of cod. So Peter replied, Dear Josephine, I don't like cod, I prefer haddock. Love, Pete. He wasn't amused. Pay now! Mr. Sanusi, as I've already said several times, I cannot forward your fee until you send me the £100 safety deposit. Would you like to pay via PayPal or Visa? Peter. Sadly, try as I might, Mr. Angry Poo Poo Pants wasn't having any of it. Do not be afraid, you will get by Visa card payment, just pay the fee! So I hit him with my best impression of himself. Dear Josephiah Saranovsky, cannot process fee without safety deposit of 100 GBP. You pay today. Please send via PayPal or Visa, then I can process your fee. Peter. Bye. Pay the fee. No. Fair play. He wasn't falling for his own tricks. Our boy's no amateur. I tried again. Pay. And again. Pay. And again. Dear Joseph, reply, Pete. Finally, a week later, he replied, uncharacteristically calmly, Pay and received, okay? Which I assume meant a very biblical Pay and thou shalt receive. Peter was miffed. Are you wasting my time, Jojo? Stop playing and pay the fee. Only you will pay it. At this point, I decided it was time to take drastic action. Peter was getting nowhere. It was time to send in the big guns. These negotiations are getting complicated. I'm going to pass you over to my business partner and attorney, Mr. Mitch Radishley. He will email you shortly. Regards, Peter. And so, armed with a new email address, I contacted Sanusi in the guise of hotshot Irish lawyer Mitch D. Radishley.
Dear Mr. Sanusi, good evening. I trust you are well. My name is Mitch Drake Radishley. I am the solicitor and friend of Mr. Peter Carrotson, and he's asked me to reach out to you to finalise arrangements for the payment of his inheritance. I trust you are well versed on Article 4B6II of the Sokovia Accords, which state that in the event that face-to-face negotiations are impossible, either party has the right to ask for a safety deposit to ensure the security of future transactions. I therefore reiterate my client's request that you transfer a deposit of £100 to us so that we can proceed to pay any fees and secure my client's inheritance. Need I remind you, Mr. Sanusi, that both you and I are mere middlemen, and ultimately we are dealing with the estate of a person sadly no longer with us, the dear Mrs. Hermina Sees, and its safe deposit into the account of the lawful owner. I look forward to our further correspondence. Kind regards, Mr. Mitch D. Radishley.
Sanusi wasn't amused.
Until you pay the fee, we proceed the payment, okay?
Yeah, I've no clue either.
Dear Mr. Sanusi, as I made clear in my previous email, it is not possible for me to authorize any payment to you until you have sent us a safety deposit. Any contractual arrangement must come with give and take, Mr. Sanusi. I'm sure you appreciate that. However, as a gesture of goodwill, I am prepared to send you a small allowance to facilitate you in paying the deposit. My proposal is thus. 1. I will, on behalf of my client, transfer a small instalment of 35 Great British pounds into your account to show that we are serious about this process. 2. You can then pay us the £100 safety deposit, on receipt of which we will transfer the remainder of your fee. 3. We will then expect full payment of my client's property within 30 working days. If this proposal is agreeable to you, please provide me with bank details so that I can authorize the goodwill payment. I would also appreciate it if you could formulate your emails in a more formal manner, as this correspondence is being filed for the official records of our contact. If you are unable to communicate in proper English, feel free to write in your native language, and I will utilize a translation device. Regards, Mitch D. Radishley.
Is he supposed to be Irish?
Yeah.
It's not coming across like that. He sounds sort of Scottish, but to be honest, I have no idea what that
Oh,
is.
fuck off, Editor Jake.
Well, that makes a change. You're happy to see me a minute ago.
Fuck off.
I did appreciate that, okay?
Aw, Sanusi, you cutie pie.
Dear Mr. Sanusi, good. If you could kindly forward your bank details, I'll be happy to authorize the small payment to you so we can begin this process. Once you have sent your details, please allow 3 working days for the money to hit your account. Regards, Mitch D. Radishley.
You are going to send the payment through World Remit mobile money transfer number or Amazon gift card. Reply so I send details, okay?
Oh, Jojo, I'm not falling for that bullshit.
Dear Mr. Sanusi, no, I'm sorry that's not how we do business here at Sampson, Clive, and Masterson Solicitors. We'd require the following information from you. Full name, business name, sort code, account number, invoice reference, before we can make any payment. Frankly, the fact that you consider it appropriate to do business dealings in Amazon gift cards raises some serious red flags, Mr. Sanusi. Regards, Mitch D. Radishley.
Get out from my email if you are not seriously personal.
Ooh, you want to get personal, Jojo? Oh, yeah.
Mr. Sanusi, my team take this very seriously. Are you aware of the Susan Boyle Act of 2003, which states in Section 2C that it is an international crime to, when requested, refuse to provide bank details to a solicitor? Furthermore, it is you currently standing in the way of my client and his property, Mr. Sanusi. I would hate to have to refer this matter for police investigation. Amazon gift cards are not a legitimate form of payment. We will pay you via bank transfer, as is the legal standard. Please provide me with full name, business name, sort code, account number, invoice number, or else forward this correspondence to your superior, who I'm sure will be more accommodating given the gravity of the situation. I would also like you to provide some details for your complaints procedure, so I may request disciplinary procedures be brought against you for your misconduct during your dealings with my client. Regards, Mitch D. Radishley.
You are not a serious person.
Dear Mr. Sanusi, how fucking dare you? My name is Mitch Darius Radishley, and I am a qualified solicitor based in Grimsby, originally from Dublin, and I work for Sampson, Clive, and Masterson Solicitors. I am also an old friend of Mr. Carrotson. It would not be wise to insult me. Could you calmly explain why you think it is appropriate to demand payment, then refuse to provide the details to facilitate that payment? Regards, Mitch D. Radishley.
Sorry. Okay, but how much the fee is that you want to send bank account? So use our Bank World Remit mobile money transfer payment if you want to send.
Okay, is it just me that feels like I'm going round in circles a bit here? No, it's not just you. I decided to lay everything out as clearly as I could, one final time.
Dear Mr. Sanusi, as detailed above, this is the payment plan. 1. We will send you a small goodwill payment of $35 US. 2. You will send us $100 of safety deposit. 3. We will transfer your full fee. 4. You will deposit my client's inheritance into his account. And 5. Go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all of this to blow over. So for the final time, please send us full name, business name, sort code, account number, invoice reference. Until you do, we cannot begin with the process. Regards, Mitch D. Radishley.
Silence. For 2 days.
Mr. Sanusi, time is of the essence. I am not a patient man. Mitch D. Radishley.
And then gold.
Call and text here, message, +125 333 68637.
Now, after some debate, I decided not to call this number. I couldn't find anything on Google, and I couldn't work out where the area code is, so I had no idea how much the call would cost. However, it did give me a great idea to end this video off. And who knows, there may end up being a part 4. I certainly hope so. These videos are by far the biggest series on the channel.
Dear Mr. Sanusi, I am not going to waste time calling unless you provide the relevant information for me to authorize payment. Why will you not simply provide bank details? If you continue to obstruct this process, I will assume you are seeking to withhold my client's inheritance, and I will be forced to consider it a breach of the Jeremy Clarkson Act 1999. Please provide your bank details immediately. If you wish to do so via telephone, you may contact us 24 hours a day on +44 300 123 2040. Regards, Mitch D. Radishley.
And if, ladies and gentlemen, he does indeed call that number, he will reach Action Fraud, the National Fraud and Cybercrime Reporting Centre. I'll keep you posted on that. Part of me hopes he hasn't got the message so I can spin yet another video out of this moron's antics, but I like to think, despite all evidence to the contrary, that surely he has enough brain to know that it's proper over. What struck me about this guy is, more than his undying rage, his sheer dogged persistence and refusal to accept that his mark was fucking him around. I'd almost admire his perseverance if he wasn't a worthless fucking criminal. That's all from me this time, but it has been fun. We should do it more often. See you around.
At first I was afraid. I was petrified. When this motherfucking scumbag took me for a ride. Yes, that's right, my friends. We're finally gonna do this bloody song, so sing along. I'll try not to get the lyrics wrong. The fucker's back, third bloody time. And the pleasure that I get from fucking with him is sublime, because he's such a fucking cock, and it makes me feel so free to drive this bastard up the wall in the Mazda MX-3. So go on, go out my inbox. Stop stealing cash to compensate you for your disappointing cock. And as you scuttle off, I'll whisper you a jovial goodbye. And as you crumble, I hope you motherfucking die. You will not die, you will survive, because you're like a fucking cockroach and your business fucking thrives. As long as people are naive, you will have more scams to conceive, but I'll be there to make you pull out all your hair. Do 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 diddly diddly dee diddly 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 dum dum diddly diddly diddly. Yes, so run away to La La Land, or I'll rip you apart. I do not feel 1 inch of sorrow towards your bleeding heart. Even if you're destitute, there are much better holes to shoot than telling lies. To manipulate old guys and someone's nan, is that your plan? To trick some innocent so you can screw for everything you can? Well, if you feel like dropping in on Peter, just you wait and see. You get much more than you expected when you tried to fuck with me. So go on, go out my inbox. Stop stealing cash to compensate you for your tiny little cock. And as I fuck off, I will whisper you a thunderous get lost. I hope you crumble as you realise the motherfucking cost of what you are. You are a scar, a fucking blemish on the face of Earth is all you fucking are. And you are worthless than my shit. You are the planet's fucking zit. I hope you burst. You are the mother cunting worst. Hey now, go out my inbox. Stop stealing cash to compensate you for your tiny little cock. And as you fuck off, I will whisper you a thunderous get lost. I hope you crumble.